Good morning, people. Watch Woman 65. Lisa Boyce here. Happy Memorial Day for all those who served. Thank you for your service. My brother was in Vietnam. I have cousins who were in Vietnam, uncles who were in Korea. Thank you for your service. I wanted to join the military, but they wouldn't let me because I had a bad case. I was born with eczema, so I didn't know that was a disqualification. I had no idea about that. But anyway, I'm coming on to give you this news thing. Tim had hit on this slightly this morning, and this was given to me by Keegan. And Keegan, you're such a blessing. Thank you so much for this. This is talking about, is saying that April 2020 Rockefeller Foundation paper urges testing and tracing for the entire U.S. population. And the story excuse me. The story goes on to say that a 2020 Rockefeller paper now proposes the next phase of the solution to the coronavirus crisis. After the 2010 Rockefeller Foundation paper, which predicted and analyzed the problem and reaction, its problem-reaction solution, Rockefeller Gate style. Last month, on April 21st, the New World Order manipulators released a 2020 Rockefeller Foundation paper entitled National COVID-19 Testing Action Plan. Pragmatic steps to reopen our workplaces and our communities. This came after countless mainstream media appearances by New World Order frontman and depopulation via vaccine enthusiast Bill Gates, claiming you would need digital certificates and immunity passports to travel around again, and that your inherent rights such as the right to gather or assemble may never return unless you're vaccinated. Now, we've been saying, and I've been saying, that this was coming, is here. We are now in a police state. Call it what you want, say what you want, but the police state is already here, and I'm going to tell you why. They're going to make it so, now you see all the mass gatherings and everything. I have no problem with that. All the mass gatherings. But what's going to happen is that this virus is going to resurface. There's going to be another round of this virus. So what's going to happen is that they're going to make, mark my words, unless we're raptured, and you better pray for the rapture. I encourage every believer that's listening to me to pray for the rapture, because I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're going to mandate. I just told Kevin this morning. They're going to mandate people to wear masks. That's what's going to happen. They're going to start mandating it because of the mass gatherings, people not, what you call social distancing, people not wearing masks. Personally, I don't believe in any of it. That's just me. I can't, the mask, I can't breathe. I already have a hard time breathing, and that mask makes it worse. But mark my words, there's going to be a second wave of this thing, and they're going to mandate people wear masks. Now, it's awfully funny that, and I'm not getting political before you go there, but I have to point this out. The Republican governors are more open to reopen, whereas the Democratic governors wants to keep closed. They want to keep it closed. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I'm not going to get into it. But anyway, mark my words. I'll tell each and every one of you, I'll challenge you to start fervently praying for the rapture. so that we can get out of here. I got another piece to give you too later on about the rapture. It says, predictably, the April 2020 Rockefeller Foundation paper is a blueprint for the creation of a colossal nationwide DNA database of, listen to this, the entire U.S. population. In a moment of raw honesty, the paper even admits that the Rockefeller Foundation exists to meet moments like this, although, to be fair, it would be more accurate to say the Rockefeller Foundation, on behalf of its New World Order masters, exists to orchestrate crises like this that pose as a savior to resolve them. Sorry about that. To pose as a savior to resolve them. It calls for testing and tracing of all Americans, initially 1 million per week, 3 million per week, and finally 30 million per week. It's the 1-3-30 plan, until every single American is assimilated into the database. This isn't coming, it's already here. It's just a matter of it being implemented. And when. It says the brainwashing is nothing if not blatant and transparent. The Rockefeller Foundation and Bill Gates have the same puppet master, and thus read from the exact same script. Gates has repeated the scheme. No return to normalcy until you're vaccinated. No return to normalcy until you're vaccinated, over and over and over again. The foreword of the paper paints a grim picture with a propagandistic idea of a resurgence and a second wave in the background. The rapture is going to happen soon. And I'll give you a hint. So is the second wave. I'll leave it like that. I'm going to leave this article in the description box because it's an interesting read. It's not long. It's very disturbing. But it's time for people to wake up. It's time for people to wake up and know that our time on this earth is limited and that the time that we're in is about to come to a complete end. And the powers that be, the Bill Gates and the Rockefellers, are about to take over. So, like I said earlier, continue to pray for the rapture. Continue to pray for the rapture. We are not destined to wrath. We are not destined to be here when all this comes about, but we are seeing a glimpse of what's going to happen. And it's going to make, right now, it's going to make the tribulation, it's going to make right now look like a picnic. People are going to wish they were back here right now. I will be back later with more. Thank you.